Okay, what we're going to start with here is, this is a Frogger. It's a mineral filter and chlorine tablet dispenser, which really cuts down on your chlorine usage as far as shopping and kind of overall keeping your clothes, color resilience in the clothes and your hair softer and such. But to actually get at this filter, I've already, cartridge, I've already taken it out to get ready for this prep. But essentially what you want to do is, again, turn off the 2 ounce lines, fill the power to the pump, and then turn off your main drain. So we've got all of these in an off position. There's a dial on here, which for removal, you would want to have that pointed in the removal position. You use this wrench, special plastic wrench, to loosen that, and then basically you remove this cartridge right out of the mineral filter. So inside of here is a mineral filter. And what I can tell you about these is, in Minnesota at least, I'll usually use it at least two seasons, just because our pool season is kind of short. It's kind of what I've done in the past. So you take out this filter, and what I usually will do is kind of just leave that closed like that to hold any of the pressure. So here's a little trick that I learned over time, was these cartridges here. You can get these at the pool store and even online. They're really ridiculously expensive, to the tune of about $45. But I can get a whole season out of this if I take good care of it. And I put my own 3-inch tablets in here. So you can get a pail like this at your local Sam's Club. And when you buy this cartridge new, you would, run the chlorine tablets that are in here. And on that first replacement, basically all you want to do is take a hacksaw. This is how I did that, and that allowed me to kind of get to the insides of it to expose it so that I can kind of drop my tablets in here. Basically, stack them up in there. I think I had 7 tablets, which I think is about the right amount. So you want to get that basically flush, and then I just take a piece of duct tape. Key here is to make sure the outside of this cartridge is clean and dry. That'll help this duct tape. And you basically just duct tape it like that. Kind of sealed. And you figure this thing will last about a good week to 2 weeks. Generally these things come from the manufacturer with the smaller 1.5-inch type tablets in there, but the 3-inch fit in here just nicely. And basically if you run that Frogger in its setting, kind of maximum to medium, depending on the chemistry in your pool, is kind of where I've landed on it. So we'll go up here and drop this back in here. Kind of my advice too is you want to really be particularly careful about these areas of this device. I think the manufacturer tries to glue a little seal on top of there so that it doesn't last so long, but just take particular care here, because this is where it seats in the bottom of the Frogger. So basically we'll open this up, gently drop it in, and it's got just kind of a little notch in there where it just kind of seats in there. spin this out or on, just hand tight. You don't want to use this to tighten it. It just needs to be hand tightened. And now we'll reverse the order for the pump. Open the main. We've got low pressure here and our pump is timed. We'll just open them all up. So there's a dial on here. There's a couple of drain plugs too I'd mention. The top on this one kind of busted off, but they really seal pretty good without even having the kind of plastic tip on it. But it's not uncommon for those to kind of wear out. And this dial here is really how it dispenses out the chlorine. I usually find, you know, towards the beginning of the season I can go midway, and then in the middle of the summer I'm usually having it wide open. We're right in the kind of hot stretch now, about 80 degrees, so I'm going to have it wide open, and you'll want to do a chemistry test on your water just to make sure you're getting the right amount of chlorine in there. And then I'll set this here for the next time around. One thing I was going to mention too is from your pool store you can get this Magic Lube 2, it's called. This is a valuable product. It really helps extend the life, and it helps create a vacuum on all your seals. But basically throughout this system, if you saw my previous video, there's a O-ring in here, a big one, O-ring here. There are 2 on this Frogger. There's one on the back side here of the heater, and basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that that's clean. Those black O-rings are clean, and then you just, I like these gloves for putting the lube on them, but basically you get them lubed up and back in place, and really it'll save you a lot of headaches, I think, down the road.